Nobody ever asked this question. Do Americans gain from all the immigrants you're bringing into the country that drive down wages, that push up rents?
Sir, we are a nation of immigrants, and we are a nation of laws. Individuals who qualify for relief under our laws have a basis to remain in the United States. The contributions of immigrants to this country is quite clear.
This reporter allowed him to climb up on his high horse, Alejandro Mayorkas, answering a reporter's question. Climb up on that giant high horse, 50 hands high, get up on that high horse, and then lecture everyone. Well, about it. You know what? Here's the issue. It's a nation of people who enter the country legally. That's the question. And the answer to that question. Welcome back to the program. Dana Loesch here with you. You can listen coast to coast. You can also stream the show. You can watch the simulcast of the radio program all over YouTube, Facebook, Channel 347, on DirecTV as well. Joining us right now, we played his audio soundbite, I think, more times in the history of this program than we've ever played any radio soundbite. Congressman Troy Nehls, he represents the Republican Texas's 22nd district. You can thank him for Yum Yum. He joins us now because he's got some bills dealing with Title 42, which we're going to talk to him about on this. But I wanted to kind of get his response to Alejandro Mayorkas there and kind of sort of see what he thought about Mayorkas's remarks this morning. He says, Congressman, that the border, he doesn't say that it's closed. He just says that it's not open. So I don't know what the opposite of not open in his mind is.
Dana, thank you for having me. I will say, the old liar, liar, pants on fire. I mean, that's what Mayorkas is all about. As soon as the Republicans could, get the nerve to offer articles of impeachment on this guy, I'd be a yes, absolutely, because he misrepresents, he actually misleads, he lies to the American people when he said that we have a secure southern border. The border is not secure. I think the American people can see it. But we do know that Mayorkas and his leader, Joe Biden, they are doing this by design. They don't want to have a secure southern border. They want these people coming into this country. They actually support it because he encourages people to come from places across the entire globe. And we've seen them from well over 100 countries. So, no, this is by design. This is about amnesty one day. This is about citizenship for everybody. That's what this is about. It's about one-party rule in the future.
Yeah, we're talking with Congressman Troy Nehls. I wanted to get your thought, too, because they said, because the president, we played the soundbite earlier, he was saying, well, it's going to be chaotic for a little while at the border. Like it hasn't, but what has it been now? What has it been up until this point? Because if I were going to define chaos, it would be that.
Yeah, it's been chaotic for 30 months. It's been chaotic ever since he took office. And what we saw stability down at our southern border on the 4 years of Donald Trump with his policies. On January 20th, I was there for the inauguration. I did it because I respect the office of the president. And he got up there and he reversed everything. He just undid everything Trump did. And I think Joe Biden knew that Donald Trump knew how to secure a southern border. But I think he hates the man so much. He's just going to reverse everything Donald Trump ever did. He hates the guy. He despises him to the core. And you could get into energy and everything. But as it relates to the border, he undid everything Trump did. We had the most secure border in 4 decades under Donald Trump. And we should go back to his policies. Joe, you didn't have to say anything. You should have just shut your mouth on January 20th, not said anything about the border, and we'd be a much more secure country today.
And we would be. We're talking with Congressman Troy Nehls. And Congressman, I have to point out as well that you have a long history. You were 30 years in law enforcement, to say nothing also of your military service, which we're grateful for your service. But you've served in law enforcement. You understand law and order. I know that the governor was sending an elite tactical border squad of guardsmen down to the border that they were going to try. I think the words were to try to repel, because I think ever since Jan Brewer was governor of Arizona and Eric Holder and the Obama DOJ went after her for trying to enforce and deport, governors' hands are kind of tied. To an extent, they're tied. But I wanted to get your thoughts on, you have this tactical border squad. That's not the official name of it, that's down there. But then you had the administration said that they were sending 1,500 active duty troops to the border, but they're not going to be helping the National Guard repel anyone. No, they're going to be helping with the processing. They're going to be doing administrative work. Your thoughts on that?
Yes, Governor Abbott has utilized the Department of Public Safety, our state police, so to speak, in Texas, as well as the National Guard to augment the Border Patrol. And it's costing taxpayers in the state of Texas. I mean, we are spending billions of dollars every year on augmenting the Border Patrol because the federal government has failed to do its job. I have my concerns. I mean, we pay a lot of taxes in Texas, and now we're paying to augment the Border Patrol. But you got to understand, from a sheriff's perspective, is that my law enforcement officers, I had 826 deputies. I can't enforce our country's immigration laws. There were no laws in the state of Texas that gave a state police officer or a county sheriff or his deputies or municipal police the ability to enforce our immigration laws. In the Constitution, it's the federal government's job. It's Congress's job. So I think the governor sending them down there is kind of a show of force. I mean, here we got these guys down there in military uniforms and maybe some weapons and some Humvees to try to help, keep some
they were
there.
very vague, not to interrupt you. They were very vague when they said that they would be repelling. They didn't actually say what that, I mean, other than just kind of being a visual presence. I mean, what else is there to do? I mean, you worked in law enforcement. Is that kind of what that means? You're just kind of there to show?
That's right. The Department of Public Safety, they take their cars, they patrol up and down those roads about every mile. There's a DPS trooper. They'll find probable cause. They'll make a traffic stop. They'll find individuals here that have no documentation, no driver's license. They call then the Border Patrol to come up, and then the Border Patrol apprehends them. So that's pretty much how that works. They can't do it on their own. They need to have the assistance and work very closely with the Border Patrol.
I'm sure you saw, Congressman, the story too. DHS telling migrants or illegal entrants, people who are coming into the country illegally, telling these illegal entrants, this is where you need to go to avoid essentially what you just described, to avoid those who are there to repel you coming across the border illegally. Here's where you can go and turn yourself in. I know there's a lot of Customs and Border Patrol agents that are livid over this because you don't tell everybody what your plans are the day before you're going to conduct this operation.
Well, even before January 20th, before Joe Biden was inaugurated, he was telling everybody to come up. He was telling everybody from around the globe to come on up to our southern border. We're a welcoming country. Come on up here. I'm not like that evil, evil man with the pitchfork and horns, that Donald J. Trump, that bad guy, cages, all that other stuff. So he was inviting people to come up here even before he was inaugurated. So that's been the plan. This is not going to get better anytime soon. Make no mistake, because without the White House, the American people got to understand, we're going to pass a bill, H.R. 2. We're going to get it through the House of Representatives. I think it's going to be dead in the Senate. It's a meaningful immigration reform bill. And it's going to die in the Senate. You've got to have the presidency. We got to have Donald Trump in 2024.
Last quick question for you. I know you have to go and cast a vote. Do your job representing Texans, Congressman Troy Nehls. Is there a possibility, if the debt ceiling continues, if those negotiations continue to play out, is there a possibility of House Republicans uniting and saying, you know what, we're not going to continue with talks on the debt ceiling until we secure the border?
I think there's many more things about the border. It's reducing spending as well. So obviously, our Kevin McCarthy, Speaker McCarthy, had a conversation with Joe Biden yesterday. I don't think it went very well, but I hope the Republican Party in our conference stays united on this. If we don't find a way to reduce spending and get what we want and save this country, well, then so be it. It's all on the Senate and it's all on Joe Biden, and the American people will make them pay for it in January of 2024.
Yeah, they will. Congressman Troy Nehls, we appreciate you, and we loved your line of questioning with Eric Swalwell and Yum Yum. God bless you, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.